Welcome to the BrainyX channel. In this video, we are going to simplify expressions with rational exponents. A rational exponent, or sometimes we call it fractional exponents, is an exponent written as a fraction. For example, we have x to the power of a half, which is equal to the square root of x. X to the power of 1 over 3 equals the cube root of x, and x to the power of 2 over 3, which is equal to the cube root of x squared. Just a quick reminder where we got these answers from. The denominator in the fraction is equal to the index of the root. And here for the square root, remember the index is 2, we just never write it down. And the numerator of the fraction shows us the exponent of the variable underneath the root. So let's do a few examples. Let's work through the following 5 examples where I will show you how to simplify expressions with rational exponents. Now, the first example is 25 to the power of a half. And this is equal to the square root of 25. How did I get this? Here, the denominator of the fraction in the exponent shows me the index of my root. And again, remember, we never write the index of a square root. And then the numerator, which is 1, always shows me the exponent of the number or the variable under the root. And again, we don't write 1 as an exponent. And now let's find the square root of 25, that is 5. Let me quickly show you another example. Let's simplify 64 to the power of 1 over 3. So I know I'm working with roots. So I draw my root 64. The denominator is 3, and 3 shows me what the index is. And this one shows me the exponent, but we don't write the exponent down if it is 1. So what is the cube root of 64? That is 4. I want to suggest that you learn something off by heart. Whenever you see an exponent, which is a half, then you know it means a square root. And whenever you see an exponent, which is a third, it means a cube root. That will just make your life so much easier, especially when we are going to simplify more complex expressions. Okay, number 2, we have to simplify 27a to the power of 6, all raised to the power of a third. Now, it's very important to note that this whole bracket is raised to the power of 1 over 3. And this is where we are going to apply a very important exponent law. This law says that when we have more than one factor in a bracket, and that bracket is raised to a power or an exponent, then this exponent must be applied to every factor that is inside that bracket. That means it will be a to the power of m multiplied by b to the power of m. So let's apply this law to what we have here. I've got a factor here, I've got a factor here, so for each one of these, I have to apply this exponent as well. So I'm going to write 27 to the power of 1 over 3, and I multiply a to the power of 6, keep it in brackets, to the power of 1 over 3. Okay, now let's have a look. I've got 27 to the power of a third. Now, in the previous example, I showed you that anything to the power of 1 over 3 or a third is actually asking for the cube root. So the cube root of 27 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. Now, for this one, we're going to apply another exponent law. And that law says, whenever I have an exponent or a power, and it is raised to another power, then I keep my base and I multiply the exponents. So let's apply this law. I've got a to the power of 6 multiplied by 1 over 3. Let's simplify this. I've got 6 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 3. Now 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. That leaves us with 2 over 1. The exponent for a is 2. I'm going to write 3a squared. And this is the final simplified answer. Now let's simplify 2x to the power of 3 over 2 multiplied by x to the power of 1 over 2. Now let's have a look at another important exponent law. And that law says when I multiply and my bases are the same, then I must keep my base and add my exponents. So let's apply this law to this example. Okay, now looking at this, I am multiplying. My bases are the same. It is x. That means I'm going to add these two exponents. So let's do that. I've got 2 multiplied by x. I keep my base because the law says you must keep your base, and then you add your exponents. They are 3 over 2 plus 1 over 2. And now because we are adding the exponents, we have to find a common denominator. And now we are lucky. The common denominator is 2, so all we need to do is to write 2x. And we keep the denominator, which is 2. It's a common denominator. And let's add the numerators. 3 plus 1 is 4. And now 4 divided by 2 is 2. That gives us 2x squared as the final simplified answer. Okay, example 4, we have 16y to the power of 4, all raised to the power of a half multiplied by y to the power of negative 2. Okay, let's have a quick look at what we've got here. We've got this whole bracket that is raised to this exponent. And another thing that might be important at the end is this negative 2, because we're not allowed to have a negative exponent as an answer. So let's see how we're going to do this. First of all, I can see there are 2 factors inside the bracket, which means I'm going to apply this exponent law. So let's do that for now. I've got 16 raised to the power of a half multiplied by y to the power of 4 in brackets raised to the power of a half, all multiplied by y to the power of negative 2. Now, next up, let's see what we have. We've got this number, which is raised to the power of a half, and that means we want the square root of 16, and that is 4. Now we're going to work on this bracket, and we're going to make use of this law. We have a power that is raised to another power, so I'm going to multiply. It is 4 over 1 multiplied by a half, and it's all multiplied by y to the power of negative 2. Now let's simplify this exponent. We've got 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we are left with y squared multiplied by y to the power of negative 2. Okay, this is fairly easy. We are multiplying. The bases are the same, so what do? We add the exponents. So I'm going to write 4 multiplied by y. I keep my base, and let's add the exponents. 2 plus negative 2. And that leaves us with 4 multiplied by, now 2, let me show you, 2 plus negative 2. To get rid of the brackets, I multiply this positive into the brackets. Positive times a negative gives us negative. So 2 minus 2 is 0. So the exponent for y is 0. And if the exponent is 0, we know that this equals 1. So it will be 4 multiplied by 1, and the final answer is 4. Let's do the last example for this video, which is 49m squared, all raised to the power of a half over 7m to the power of negative 1. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We've got this whole bracket that is raised to the power of a half, and I see we've got this negative exponent in the denominator. First up, let's apply this exponent law to the numerator. So I'm going to do 49 in brackets to the power of a half multiplied by m squared in brackets to the power of a half. And now the denominator, I can't do anything with this yet, so I'm just going to copy it down. Now let's see what we've got here. We've got 49 to the power of a half. That means we want the square root of 49, and that is 7. Multiplied by this bracket, and for that I'm going to use this exponent law. So I'm going to multiply my exponents, which is 2 over 1 multiplied by a half. Again, just all over my denominator that I can do nothing with now. And now let's simplify this exponent. That gives us 7 multiplied by m. Now 2 over 1 multiplied by a half is 1. And let me show you, we've got 2 over 1 multiplied by a half. These two cancel, that gives us 1. Okay, and all over 7 multiplied by m to the power of negative 1. And now it is easy. All we need to do is to cancel these two because there are no pluses or minuses, so we are allowed to cancel. Now I'm going to use another exponent law that says when I'm dividing and my bases are the same, then I keep my base and I subtract my exponents. So in this case, the base was a, So I kept the base, I subtracted the exponents. And for this fraction, I'm dividing. My bases are the same. It is m. So I keep my base, which is m, and let's subtract the exponents. 1 minus 1. Okay, and to do that, 1 minus 1, that becomes 1 plus 1, because a negative times with a negative equals positive. Okay, so that leaves us with m squared as the answer.